Hi heathens! So today's video, I'm very excited about. It's not going to come out the same way as my excitement today because I am filming this. I don't know if you're going to be able to see, but on October 3rd. So on October 3rd, he asked me what day it was. It's October 3rd. Obviously, if you don't catch that reference, the title's going to give it away. But why this is still going to work is because I'm filming on October 3rd, and I'm going to be uploading it on Wednesday. And on Wednesday, we wear pink. So, this is a Mean Girls inspired full face. And, so, okay. In my opinion, the Mean Girls look, I'm going to go ahead and start prepping my skin. Mean Girls, obviously, they're the plastics. Everything is perfection. So I picked mostly, well, I'm not even going to say mostly. I picked products that I think are going to perform really well. And a lot of them are high end because I feel like that's the route that most of the Mean Girls would take. Obviously, my hair has me lean a little more Katie than it does like Gretchen. So we're just going to take this as the when Katie turns Mean Girl and turns against her friends. But anyway, their look is very, like, perfect, flawless face. And then there's one where she has a little bit of, like, it's kind of hard to tell, but, like, purple or blue kind of light eyeshadow. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to take the inspiration for the eyeshadow from the On Wednesdays We Wear Pink and do a bold pink look. But the rest of my face, starting with the Touch in Sol No Problem Primer, is going to be, hopefully, very, like, flawless. So that's the goal. Whether or not I achieve that is to be seen. But I'm going to take this primer and kind of get it ready and then see if we can see any sort of difference to my pores. I should have shown you like a really good close-up for before, but that's okay. We're already here. So, because if you are not new to my channel, you know that I have pores, I have texture, and I have blackheads, particularly right through here. That's okay. I think this did a pretty good job. So we're going to let that kind of set into the skin while we jump into the eyes. So, yes, I could have gone with a more expensive palette, but this is my favorite palette really for doing pink looks, and it is the ColourPop Ooh La La 9 Pan palette because it's a pink palette. And it's got some really nice pinks. We do have like a pop of purple and then kind of a gold, but overall we have pinks, and we've got that punchy pink, which is what I'm looking for this look. I do have a brush that is stained pink, so that's the brush that I'm going to be using for a majority of this look. And I'm going to start off with the shade Poodle, which is the like kind of light pink matte. Maybe dusty pink is the right term, because I feel like the pink beside it is more of a neutral pink. But this is like pink, but it's not quite like Barbie doll pink. I wonder how many times I'm going to say pink in this video. I'm going to try to stop saying it so much. Anyway, I loved Mean Girls. I mean, I still do. But it was definitely a movie that I could kind of watch over and over again, because I kind of understood. So, like, when I was in high school, I was definitely part of, like, the outcast crew. And while I never felt the need to be part of the popular crew or kind of get in with that crowd, I can understand the appeal, particularly for someone who is kind of new to the area. You know, typically, you want people to like you. Like, it sucks. Even though, like, now I don't really care. But it sucks to know that people just don't like you, regardless why. So I definitely see the appeal. I'm going to go in now with Sandbar, which is the hot pink. Same brush. But I love the movie. And there's a lot of, like, moments in the movie that I reference from time to time. And so when I realized that this morning was October 3rd, I found a TikTok sound about it being October 3rd and uploaded one. If you don't follow me on TikTok, that link will be in the description below. And then I was like, oh, well, I have to film tonight. What better to do, because I know that I'm filming for Wednesday, than do a Mean Girls inspired look. It's literally, like, it feels like it's what I had to do today because of how it fell. So, you know, you might disagree with me and be like, that's kind of a dumb way to decide what you're gonna do. But in my defense, I did have another plan for today. But doing a Mean Girls inspired look just kind of, it took over. Let me see. I might change my mind on the shimmer. Hold on, let me just glance. That's not the one I want. Yeah, I'm changing my mind. So I was originally going to use one of the shimmers in Ooh La La for my lid, but what I'm going to do instead is use one from the IndiBeat Cosmetics Platinum Hits Volume 1. As always, I do have an affiliate code with them that can save you some money on the website. It will be in the description box below as well, but otherwise it is just Sunny Bunny, SUNNIBUNNY, all one word. But I'm going to use this palette and go into the shade Counting Stars. I have to be really careful showing you because the shade below it is shattered, as I'm sure you can tell. But go in with this shade. It's like a gorgeous pink to orange duochrome, and I feel like it would work really well over this. Yeah, that's exactly the level of sparkle and shine that I was looking for. And almost as always, when I do one of these looks after a work day, I do have on mascara, but I had nothing else on my face. Everything else had already been, went a little heavy-handed on this one. It's okay, I'll even them out. Everything else had already been removed, washed off, however you want to phrase it, it's gone. And just a little bit more to this side. Whereas the other side was a little more punchy. So, I'm just obsessed with these shades. Like, both of those palettes are so good. And I feel like if you like duochromes and you like shimmers, God, I hope the hiccups don't stay. You really need those palettes. Anyway, I'm going to stop talking about it. I'm going to go in with my eyebrow pencil. I picked the Item Beauty Brow Chow in the shade Medium Brown. Because I feel like usually I'm not going to mess with my eyebrows too much. But for someone like that group, I feel like having your eyebrows be perfect is part of the whole package. So again, we're doing full face. The only thing I'm not doing in this look is bronzer or contour, because it really doesn't, and I even went back and like looked at some like still frames. It really does not look like any of them have anything on that would, you know, enhance their face's shape. Like, sure, my face isn't quite the right shape to match theirs, but it doesn't look like they're doing anything to play that up. But some of them do have on a little bit of blush in some of the scenes, so I am going to be using a blush. So I guess when I say full face, maybe instead, you'll have known because I'll probably go ahead and put it in the title, but maybe instead I should call it Full Glam, because that doesn't necessarily have to be a full face, in my opinion. Full face as in every single piece of makeup that you can use. Now, for foundation, because of course you have to go a little bougie, and also this foundation is incredible. So I'm going to be using the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Foundation, and I have mine in the shade 2 Neutral. This foundation is so pretty, and I definitely feel like this is a Mean Girls foundation. Nothing against Charlotte Tilbury, but I mean it in the sense that, like, when you say that you've got this foundation, people are like, ooh, that's fancy. And also, it's incredible. So you've got kind of a win-win situation there. So I've got it on the back of my hand. What I'm going to do, as always, is just kind of spread it out with my middle finger, and then take what's on my finger and pat it around my face. This foundation does have a scent. I don't think it's a bad scent, and it's not like crazy overpowering to me, but it's definitely there, and it's definitely a little perfumey, so that's something to bear in mind. But I love this foundation. Okay, I'm gonna take the Believe Beauty little buffing brush. We're gonna try this first. If not, I'm gonna switch to one of my other foundation brushes, because I find that this one doesn't always blend them out the same way as my other brushes. And especially with this foundation, it has to be perfect. And I don't want this foundation to not look as good as it could just because of the brush. And this is actually a really good brush, and it has nothing to do with the price. I think it's just because of the way the brush or the bristles are packed versus the one that I'm used to using. I just have to find out how to use this brush a little bit better, because the brush that I'm used to using is a little less dense, but like, do you see this? Okay. So I've just got to find out kind of what motions, I guess, work best with this brush. Because with my other brush, it's like a blend and sweep. This brush, I feel like it's more of a circular motions. And that's something that I've learned over the last few years playing with makeup, is that not just different tools have different methods of application, but different individual pieces. Because there are some sponges even that I have to be cautious about because they absorb more foundation than the others. And then some, if I use that much foundation with it, I'm going to look way too cakey because they don't absorb as much, so more winds up going onto my skin. But like, I cannot overstate how nice this foundation is. And I'd love to say it's like my special occasion foundation, but I don't go anywhere. So I just don't use it because I'm cheap and I don't want to run out of it. And then I have to buy more, because this foundation and the Becca foundation, which I got lucky and found some backups at on the BoxyCharm website when they did their pop-ups, whatever it was called, and then at TJ Maxx. So got really lucky with that. But like, I do not expect to find a Charlotte Tilbury foundation at TJ Maxx. So I'm not holding my breath to find another one. So I use it sparingly. Okay, now for blush, what I wanted to do is try this blush. This is the Item Beauty Cream Blush in the shade Oopsies. So the reason I say try, maybe I shouldn't be trying a blush for the first time in this video, is because I've never used these. So I'm really not 100% sure how they apply. So I'm going to take a blush brush, and I'm going to start by trying to tap in with my brush. and just gently sweeping it. Okay, that's actually really nice. That worked out really well. And I'm just making sure I blend it down because I just want the softest flush. Because, like I said, they're definitely wearing some in some of the scenes, but it's not like super powerful. It's just a soft kiss of blush. Just a little bit more to even them out. Okay. Now again, I feel like sometimes with lighting, the blush gets kind of washed out. So I'm going to cut it down just a little. Hopefully you can see it a little better like that. And then, of course, we have highlighter, but first, because my lips are looking a little rough, I'm going to take also Item Beauty. That was unintentional. I have used 3 Item Beauty products in this video. I'm going to be using the lip gloss in the shade, no, it's the Ruled By lip gloss in the shade Sun. I almost said it was the lip gloss in the shade Ruled By, but that's just backwards. Apparently I need some more Item Beauty products because I am loving what I've got. Like, totally unintentional, but not a problem. All right, so this has a giant doe foot. It smells so good. But they seemed like they were mostly wearing gloss. Now, it did seem a little more opaque than this, because in most of the stills that I could find, there's like a very clear pink tone to their lips. But, you know, I think a nice, shiny, sparkly gloss is just as good. Now, we have highlighter. I'm going to be using the Artist Couture Diamond Glow Powder in the shade Supernova, which I don't know if you're going to be able to tell through there, but has a pink undertone. Like, can you see that on my finger at all? It's an awful place to swatch it, but you can maybe kind of see it on my hand. So I'm going to tap some of that down, unfortunately, onto my hand. Let me scrape that back in. Okay. I'm going to take a fluffy brush, tap into that, tap off some of the excess. These can be very blinding, so I'm going to take that. See, it's like a pink purple. These are so stunning. I was very intimidated by loose highlighters when I first started playing around with them, because I was like, how does anyone get this to cooperate? But now I love them, and these are hands down my favorite ones. I really want to try more of the Jaclyn Hill ones that she had, but they only have like 2 shades that would work for me, and one of them I already own. But it's so pretty. I really hope it shows up on camera the way it does in person, because it's just phenomenal. And with this foundation on camera, because of the lights, I'm sure it does look a little dewier, shinier, but I don't want to set it because I don't want it to become cakey and powdery looking. So I'm just going to leave it like it is, and then we're going to take the Benefit Professional Super Setter. We're going to set it all down. Okay. I debated using concealer in this video because 100% I'm sure they would use concealer, but I even had one picked out. the Julep concealer. It's the Cushion Complexion. Well, it's a 5-in-1 Skin Perfector with turmeric in the shade 130 Ivory. But I know how my under eye creases handle concealer most of the time. And for a look that's supposed to be this flawless, I did not want to take that risk. So yeah, I'm gonna add a little bit of mascara under my eyes. So if I can find the mascara, they're all like hidden. Nope, that is not a mascara. I pulled out my freckle pen. That is a blue mascara. Listen, if I can't find one, we're just going with what we've got. Okay, we're just going with what we've got. So this is the finished Mean Girls inspired makeup look. And then take the hair down. This is it. So it's October 3rd. Not when you're watching this, but on Wednesdays, when you are watching this, we wear pink. Let me know your thoughts down below. Thumbs up if you enjoyed. Subscribe to see more of my content, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.